Hello everybody and welcome back to the HTAAB YouTube channel. Today you join me outside Thurso Depot and behind me is the topic of today's video. The brand new Mercedes-Benz Tourismo Access coaches with Stagecoach here in Caithness. Let me tell you a bit more about them. So then, what are these new bosses I speak of then? Well, they're a fleet of 6 brand new vehicles for Stagecoach Highlands. They're actually the first brand new fleet of bosses Caithness or Thurso Depot has received since 2011, with the arrival of the Volvo B9R Plaxton Panther 2s for the X99. Obviously, since then, times have developed and those bosses have obviously moved on to new pastures, such as other companies and scrap, disposal and further use elsewhere. But Caithness hasn't received any new bosses since then, which is really quite shocking, as the rest of the Stagecoach Highland fleet was completely sort of reinstated and renewed a year or so ago in 2023 and 2022 with the arrival of the new Yutong E10 bosses in Inverness, the fully electric fleet, the 25 of them. Then the Evoras arrived and the MMCs arrived in 2023, they're 23 and 73 plates. And obviously Orkney and Skye obviously have Evoras as well, so they've got 71 and 72 plate ones. So the rest of the Highlands obviously got brand new bosses and Caithness didn't at the time. And now in 2024 they have. So then what are the bosses then? They're Mercedes Tourismo Access coaches, access meaning they've got a wheelchair ramp to the left of the boss. You can probably just see it in this photo actually, it's just there. So it's sort of located 3 seats behind where the front of the boss is on the left hand side, more like a traditional Panther that they've got already, where the wheelchair area is right at the front of the boss, with the ramp sharing the same space as the door. On the Turismos there's a separate ramp door for where the actual passengers get on at the front. There's going to be 6 of these bosses: 59101 BF24 AUA, 59102 BF24 AUC. Strange order already, yeah, it's not ABC, it's 59103 BF24 AUH. No, AUE, sorry, it's a confusing order again. 59104 BF24 AUH, 59105 BF24 AUJ, and 59106 BF24 AUK. So it doesn't just go A, B, C, D, E, F, it goes ACEHJK, which is mightily confusing. So I don't know why they've not been registered, unless there's been sort of bosses in between the gaps of filling in that were registered first, so that probably is the reason for other companies ordering Turismos at the same time, as most new Turismos are BF registration plates, or in the Birmingham area. So what are the new bosses actually here for then? Well, to replace some of the aging fleet, such as the B11 RT Plaxton Elites, which are frankly shoddy and far too, well, wrecked basically. Simple as that, far too wrecked, that's a great way of putting it. Because they're breaking down, they're having malfunctions, faults, everything like that on a weekly basis, and that's really not good. And especially getting a hammering on the roads that are completely in an appalling state as well, it's wrecking them furthermore. I was on one a few weeks ago, yes, on the 82 back from Thurso to Wick. All fine until it crossed over the bridge near George's Junction, went over, hit a bump, all the air leaked at the front and the bus was going psst. So we were broke down at the side of the road, which is very nice indeed. 54310, that's what that one was, yes, YX64, so they're actually 64 plates at WCN. So 64 plate bosses, they're over 10 years old now, or just 10 years old this year. So they're in due course for replacement. What's not going though is the B13 RT Plaxton Panthers, the one I was speaking about earlier with the disabled ramp at the front of the boss. They're not going, they're going to be staying on the X99, which is a good route for them, but again, in future they really will need replacing because they're getting old, they're breaking down more frequently, and frankly, they're past their best. The new bosses will mostly stay on local routes and Dunray routes because they were actually funded by Dunray. I think they cost something close to £6 million. It's ridiculous. And they put about £3 million towards it, and I think Stagecoach put the other £3 million in just to bring new bosses to Caithness. And if Dunray funded them, Dunray will want them on the Dunray runs, such as the 274, 275, 276, 281, 280, 281, 282, and yeah, that is it now, isn't it, for Dunray runs? There isn't actually any more than that. Also, the bosses were used, or have been being used, in Inverness on the 95 cruise ship runs, which drivers up here really aren't happy about, because they're our bosses and Inverness are using them. They're just like, well, let's use their bosses, brand new spanking bosses, let's use the tourists have them, let's let the tourists have them. A first impression of the Highlands on brand new 24 plate bosses. Knowing them, they will wreck them, they will break them, they will damage them, and they'll send them up here like that, and make it like we did it already. Apparently one of them that's at Inverness Depot right now, there's 4 of them sitting there, we've got 2 of them currently, but I'll move on to that in a minute. There's one of them at Inverness Depot apparently that's already having door issues due to that reason, because they've been battered and used already. And I'm sure it won't be long before one ends up on a CityLink run out of Inverness, because they're short of bosses. As I film this video, it's the 1st of May 2024, and the bosses were actually due here, or announced, if you will, in September 2023, and they were meant to be here by then, and then Christmas, and then January, and then so on and so forth, until now, when they've actually arrived. So, as I film, we've got 2 of these bosses, but a 3rd one is due soon, and then the other 3 should follow consecutively after that, which is nice to see, meaning we'll get all our new bosses, and we can get rid of the old tat, which can just, you know, go in here if you like. So then, here we are on board the brand new Stagecoach Highlands Mercedes Tourismo Boss. This is 59104, and it's very nice indeed. With them red and black seats and the grey finishes around Boss, they really do look quite plush. Very luxury inside, very sort of coach-esque, if you will. Well, they are a coach, yeah, I'll give myself that one. And up there, I'm going to notice this. There is steps down on the side with a breakfast bar. Yes, there is like a buffet area where you can have a drink. Okay, obviously not on this, but it's probably just on the base model of Mercedes Turismo. I'll try and get a shot of that when I get off, and you will be seeing it around now. So then, yeah, these bosses, they're very nice, they're stylish inside, and very rattly though, very rattly. On the bumpy Caithness roads, as you can tell here. The sun to my left is also very hot, meaning these bosses are, 14 degrees Celsius on board. There's a little temperature gauge at the front as well, that's nice to know. And they are belted, and have USB ports down below. They've also got mystery armrests that come out from underneath the seats, I'll show you that in a second, and yeah, quite comfortable. There's one thing I don't like about them, and that's the seats themselves. They're a little bit low at the back, if you will, so my head sort of just sticks out at the top, as you can see. And well, they're not very comfortable, I'll give myself that. They're nice seats, comfortable seats, but the back of them could do with a bit of height. I also forgot to mention this, above the seats there's a little area where you can sort of faff around. There's a stop bell there, just in the middle it says stop on it, that's the white button. To the left is a super bright LED light, and also there's one on the right, with a little tea and coffee button, so you know you can just get a first class service, tea and coffee, to your seat. The buses are powered by noisy and powerful Cummins diesel engines, which I'll let you hear now.
video. If you've enjoyed, please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting down below. Mercedes Tourismo. Anyway, I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.